On February 19, 2025, the United States Attorney's Office announced RICO charges against 28 members of the Trinitarios street gang operating out of Lynn, Lawrence, and surrounding cities in Massachusetts. The affidavit is over 300 pages. We're only going to speak on the serious crimes they're being charged with and allegedly did. It's scary how much info they got on them. The feds started watching them around 2019, 2020. They had multiple rats in their circle. One thing I found crazy was that they would communicate through the Signal app, which is another app like Telegram. The Trinitarios are a Dominican Republic gang that started in the early 90s on Rikers Island in New York. Nell Few was the leader of the Massachusetts Trinitarios chapter. The feds are saying the Trinitarios allegedly committed over 12 murders and a shit ton of shootings. One of the defendants was a local Latin drill artist who goes by Young Els. Some of these murder cases were already solved, and some have been recently charged with murder. Let's go through them all. A week before Juan was killed, he allegedly beat up a Trinitario member and had posted it on social media. Two Trinitarios members, Severino and Murd3rs, were given the green light to kill Juan. Allegedly, he was set up and someone got him to leave his house. Both members knew where Juan lived. They pulled up and waited for an hour, hiding in his driveway, waiting for Juan to get back. The next images show what happened when Juan arrived.
An 18-year-old was shot and killed here on the streets in Lawrence. The focal point right now is on this corner for police. That's where the teen was found. This is the intersection of Crescent and Forest Streets. Both Mass State Police and Lawrence Police were here on scene gathering evidence.
This situation really had nothing to do with the gang war going on. Luis Rodriguez, a Trinitarios member, was mad he wasn't allowed in a club because he had a gun. He got in his feelings, crossed the street, and started shooting. Not too sure why this murder was on the affidavit, but RIP. There was a video of the aftermath that I will not post. They're saying the person who killed Jensey was a Trinitarios member.
Police say they arrived at 230 Bailey Street around 2 o'clock this morning and found a group of people standing around a 25-year-old who had been shot. Crews took him to the hospital where he later died.
Back in August 2021, Emmanuel Diesla was arrested for the murder of Mindy Tran. They're saying that Murd3rs admitted to cooperating witnesses that he shot and killed Mindy. Video footage of shooters in Mindy's car driving at a high rate of speed after being shot. 3 minutes later, they are seen walking towards where Mindy was waiting. Two minutes later, you see Mindy's Nissan Maxima driving fast before crashing, and you see two people running away. They're saying it was a drug deal gone left. Murd3rs was told to rob Mindy because they knew she was selling weed.
Police were called to Hillside Avenue just before 5 o'clock Sunday night. At first, they were investigating a car crash, but then things took a turn for the worse. The DA's office says they found a woman with gunshot wounds. She was rushed to Lawrence General Hospital, where she was pronounced dead. One neighbor says she did hear what was possibly a gunshot.
Nike was shot and killed in Haver Hill by a Trinitarios member.
20-year-old Nike Cologne of Haverhill was killed yesterday in a drive-by shooting. Authorities say he was a passenger in a pickup truck when a passing vehicle opened fire on Washington Street. The driver of the pickup sped away to City Hall, where firefighters tried to revive him. But Cologne was later pronounced dead at the hospital.
Jay EBK was shot on Brook Street in Lawrence in 2018. The feds say that Trinitarios members claim the body. Brook Street is a GD neighborhood in Lawrence.
Lawrence police are investigating a shooting where a man was hit in the head. It happened this afternoon on Brook Street. The victim, a man in his 20s, was eventually rushed to a Boston hospital for that injury. Detectives say they do not believe this was a random act of violence.
Edward was found with multiple gunshot wounds in a backyard. The feds say a Trinitarios member shot and killed him.
Officers initially responding to a call for a body in a backyard on Haverhill Street. When they arrived, police say they found a man dead with multiple gunshot wounds. Police now identifying that man as 25-year-old Edward Javier of Lawrence.
Udi was from Brook Street in Lawrence. He was shot and killed by a Trinitarios member outside of his house in 2022.
First responders find an SUV crashed into a neighbor's fence. The driver fatally shot. People here recognize the driver.
This murder barely had any news coverage, but the feds say that Trinitarios members claimed the body. In the affidavit, they talk about two Trinitarios associates who were killed, one in 2022 and another in 2023, both happening in the city of Lynn. The feds say that two TRG members shot and killed Brian in the parking lot of Lynn English High School.
Police responded to a report of shots fired on Goodridge Street just before 1 a.m. Tonight, I-Team sources say police have strong leads, but no one is in custody yet.
Daniel was not a full member, but was a close associate to Trinitarios members. Around 6 p.m., Daniel and two other Trinitarios members went to the Alpha convenience store on Union Street in Lynn. While inside the store, they ran into TRG members. A fight broke out, and a 15-year-old TRG member stabbed Daniel and ran out the store. After Daniel's murder, Nell Few gave the green light to members to shoot anybody who they had beef with. Tommy Sanchez: "Is it true, my brother, that Daniel got stabbed? Why is it that this kid keeps getting stabbed? That kid has gotten a couple of ugly stabs." Nell Few: "Yes, my brother. I sent the crew to the streets to destroy." Nell Few: "Bro, Daniel was removed." Once again, multiple cooperating witnesses confirmed that Nell Few gave the green light to shoot anybody they had beef with. On September 2nd, Jandriel and Abraham were at a graduation party on Essex Street in Lynn. When a car drove by and opened fire, 7 people were shot in total. Jandriel and Abraham were not the targets. Allegedly, an LCG member was at the party. LCG is a Crip set in Lynn that beefs with the Trinitarios. They used a car Daniel had bought right before he got killed to go do the hit. The shooters allegedly were Justin and Darwin, and the driver was Severino. The feds say that multiple Trinitarios members met up that same night to discuss about retaliation. They drove by multiple rival neighborhoods until they found the party they believed the LCG member was at.
7 people were shot overnight in Lynn, Massachusetts. One of the victims was killed and 2 remain in critical condition. This is according to several Boston news stations who were on scene as police investigated. Police told reporters there it happened at a house party.
If you guys want me to make a part 2 explaining everything, more in detail, let me know in the comments. The final double murders was get back for 3 Trinitario members who had been shot inside of a Pizza Hut. On December 26, 2023, 3 Trinitarios members were inside of a Pizza Hut when 2 TRG members approached them and shot all 3 of them.
Lynn police got the call at about 8:30 p.m. 3 people were shot, all of them now in serious condition at a Boston hospital. Witnesses say it appears the shooting was targeted, but police haven't named any suspects.
On the 27th of December, hours before the double murder took place, Nephew sent a message to Luis telling him that they need to make a new group chat for Trinitarios members to discuss retaliation. Allegedly, Angel was the shooter and David was the driver of this hit, and Nephew gave the green light for anybody to get shot. Kyle and Isaiah were from WSW, which is West Side World, which is another gang in Lynn that beefs with the Trinitarios. WSW had nothing to do with the shooting that happened the day before at Pizza Hut. But since Nephew gave the green light for anybody to get shot, anything went. Kyle, Isaiah, and another friend were walking around, and when they got to Camden Street, a car pulled up slowly behind them. The car pulled up next to them and someone asked them where they was from. Kyle said WSW, and then someone in the passenger seat started shooting. In the video the feds got, you can hear Kyle say West Side World. Kyle also had a gun on him and shot back at the car.
Reports of multiple people shot. Third-party call, report of a person shot.
2 shootings, 1 day apart in Lynn, left 2 teenagers dead and 3 people seriously injured. Police believe this Wednesday night shooting was in retaliation for one that took place Tuesday night outside the Pizza Hut on State Street.
Once again, they told a cooperating witness that they killed 2 rival gang members, not just one, but a few. This whole Rico is built on rats and making mistakes like talking and sending messages on phones.